For history was history, fools were we. Then we climbed a tree and finally we could see. Lo, then the internet made us smart, now know everything do we. Thus we share with thee these trifleries, till nobody learns nothing.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Bottom of the Barrel. We're excited to have you. I am TV's Jay Hickman. I am here, as always, with my good chums, Kyle Jones and John Swayze. Hello, gentlemen. What's happening?
Hello,
Mr.
Jay.
TV
Hello.
Jay Hickman.
Everything's happening.
Yes.
And I'm ready to talk about it.
So true. This week, very excited, we have an episode that we're calling Unfortunately Famous.
Yeah.
This is an idea we had been kicking around for a while. It's an idea that has to do with the overarching concept of fame and how kind of we regard fame as an audience and how perhaps those that are famous deal with fame. So it's an interesting sort of subtopic of it. And so we'll get into it. But
yeah, it got complicated.
It got complicated for a few reasons. Like there are multiple different sub-varieties of fame, but your standard definition of fame, like you get it. People that are famous have they're widely known because they excel at something that the majority of the population finds value in. Like if you're a terrific musician or a great actor or a great comedian or a great artist, like you can achieve
You have
fame.
just described me. That is awesome. Thank you.
Wow. Yes. I mean, know, everyone knows famous, like Harrison Ford or the Beatles or the most prolific actor in English dubbed anime. Like that's what famous looks like.
George Swanson.
Famous from the root word fame, I believe, which is
which costs.
Latin for something big.
Fem.
It's Latin for something, and fame costs. And right here is where you start paying in sweat.
Oh,
right.
Nobody got that reference.
There's a difference though between famous
fame?
and infamous.
That's true.
That's Three Amigos.
So infamous is the kind of naughty second cousin of fame, which has to do with people that achieve fame through doing something bad. So if fame is achieving widespread renown for doing something that the society finds valuable, if you're infamous, you have done something bad, very naughty, maybe criminal. Yeah. So like maybe the most well-known infamous is Bonnie and Clyde. Like they were maybe one of the early examples.
El Guapo.
El Guapo's a good
That's
one.
Three Amigos.
Jesse James. John Wayne Gacy.
Yes. Bonnie and Clyde, Jesse James. Billy the Kid is kind of on the fence. Like he was there's lots of people who were kind of behind him, but he was still just running around killing people.
Yeah. Yes. So that's infamous. And it brings, I'm able to introduce a very exciting new psychological term that's related to this. It's called hybristophilia, also known as Bonnie and Clyde syndrome.
What is that? Okay.
Hybristophilia is defined in psychology as a sexual or romantic attraction to individuals who have committed crimes, especially violent crimes.
Bad boys.
I believe, Kyle, that's how.
Feel so good.
I was going to say how you met your wife, but I can't do that to
the
your
other
wife.
side of the
That's
tracks.
not nice.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, I mean, there are certainly stories abounding of like maybe young ladies in the 1800s who were swooning over Billy the Kid.
Right.
And there are modern examples too, like especially if the villainous person bears some sort of physical attractiveness, regardless of what they've done, they'll be like, I don't know. They say that he did all these bad things, but look at those puppy dog eyes. Like, I think I'm in love.
The movie Badlands with Sissy Spacek and Martin Sheen, where they play a murderous couple going through the countryside of the Badlands, killing people, and it's all a big thrill and that kind of thing. So, but they're in love. They're a young couple in love. It's a tragically romantic story.
The fact that they're in love does kind of help save it.
Ted Bundy had fans while he was in the news, murdering ladies, and then there were still ladies wanting him to marry them.
Yeah, there's a name for that mental illness. It's called hybristophilia.
Wow.
There was a lot of hybristophiliacs out there at the time.
Yeah, jot that down.
Hibiscus. That's what the hibiscus comes from.
The old hibiscus syndrome. So then there's the third subcategory of unfortunately famous, like who just out there living their everyday lives captured the nation's attention for reasons beyond their control and probably desire. Like they were just going along, minding their business. Something happened to them, and suddenly they were national sensations and for
better or for worse.
For better or for worse, often for worse. I think a lot of the examples we have are cases where people became national or global names, and they were like, please, I'm just over here trying to be a normal person. So there are numerous examples of this. I'm glad to lead off with one, if that's okay with all of you folks.
I'll pretend.
Okay, great. Thanks, Kyle. So one example of this is Baby Jessica. Does everyone remember Baby Jessica?
Yeah,
that
fell down the well. She did.
Yeah,
she sure did.
I remember that night. We were all huddled around the TV.
Okay,
at my Aunt Wanda's house.
I remember that night. I pushed her, and never forget.
It was hide and seek.
You're welcome, Baby Jessica.
Her friends hid her in a well.
I'm not proud of it now, but yeah, at the time it was.
Yeah,
it was.
She was being a little snooty, you know.
Okay.
Well, in all honesty, it was a dare. I bet you can't fit in that little well. You're too big.
That is not even remotely honest. That is not what happened.
She was too young.
She was
too young to even.
All right. Baby Jessica McClure was a toddler, 18 months old, living in Midland, Texas. Some of you may have heard of
Next
that.
to Odessa.
Yeah, they're right nearby. She
home
was
of the very popular show Landman with Billy Bob Thornton. Mm-hmm. No relation at all to
I know, but guess
Jessica.
why they decided to set the story there? Because of the fame of Baby Jessica, not because of any other reason or anything else that goes on in Midland.
Nothing. No.
So Baby Jessica McClure, when she was just 18 months old, fell 22 feet down a well in her aunt's backyard. It was October 14th, 1987. Over the next 58 hours, rescuers worked to free her from the 8-inch well casing about 22 feet below surface level.
It was super scary. They were playing hide and seek. Are you?
No.
The older kids, quote, finger quotes, older kids were playing hide and seek, and they said, oh, okay, yeah, we'll take the 18-month-old and we'll hide her too. And they picked a hole in the yard and turned out to be a 22-foot deep hole. And
well, and if memory serves me correctly, it wasn't just like something where she was being like down in it. I mean, she went down and like her leg went up and she was not in a very good position at all.
Right. I'm trying to imagine. So this is this is a deep well, and it was 8 inches in diameter. I have a ruler. I have a ruler with me. Here is 8 inches.
Show me your head. J for scale.
Yeah. So
that's not a lot of room there, Jay.
I could just fit my head in, perhaps, but this child's entire body fit into it. And not only that, but there was room enough for her, her leg to end up over her head, which caused major complications. But Jessica's aunt, Jamie Moore, ran an unlicensed daycare from her house in Midland, Texas. On the morning of October 14th, Jessica was at her aunt's house with her mother, Reba McClure, and 8 other children, according to the New York Times. So they were, it was just a normal morning at daycare with what was reported as other toddlers.
Right.
And Jessica was playing with other children in the backyard under the supervision of her mother, Reba, who briefly went inside to answer a phone call, leaving the children momentarily unattended. Minutes later, the mother heard the kids screaming and rushed back outside to find that her daughter had disappeared.
Jesus.
I mean,
that's terrifying.
It had to have been super
Cell
terrifying.
phones
Like,
solve
where did
this.
she go? Like, why is she not here? Because I'm sure she didn't go. She must. I don't think she instantly assumed she fell down the well. She must be like, where did she go?
Somebody put her.
It's unknown how exactly she wound up down the abandoned shaft, and family and friends insist that the hole had been covered.
No,
with a baby.
One of the other children
with a pile of candy.
One of the other children had removed the rock or flower pot that typically covered it, leaving an 8-inch hole wide open.
Man, OSHA's gonna have a shit fit on this one.
They did. A couple of quotes worth note. "I didn't know what to do," said Jessica's mother, Reba. "I just ran in and called the police. They were there within 3 minutes, but it felt like a lifetime." A little bit later, the aunt, Jamie Moore, said, "It's not my job or responsibility to cap the well," said Moore in a 1988 interview. "The well should have been capped by the home's previous owner." Well, there you go.
Oh, right.
If you're running an unlicensed daycare out of your home, make sure you have purchased the home of a diligent former owner who is covering... professionally
who understands
covering.
the importance of capping the well.
Yeah.
Like when you're buying a house, Jay,
of course, I'm going to blame the home inspector because she couldn't have bought this house without an inspection.
But when you're buying a house, I mean, one of your first questions is, any open wells that need to be capped here on the property?
Yeah. Really? Who's going to pay for that? Are you going to pay for that before I move in?
You're not going to have a whole bunch of toddlers roaming around here, are you?
If you're not going to cap
maybe it was
that
an
well,
unlicensed home sale as well, with
maybe
an
it was an
unlicensed
unlicensed
inspector.
cap. Well, also,
so do we know about
who moved the pot?
Yeah.
There is no report. No one is willing to say that they know what happened, but there is a suspicion that one of the children,
Timmy.
But I'm imagining, let's say I've moved into a house with an uncapped 8-inch hole that goes down as far as my flashlight can capture. I will make some effort to cover it, and I'm going to put something, I guess, super heavy in it.
Flower pot.
A flower pot's a good idea. Like if it's a nice kind of, sort of conical flower pot where the base fits in, and then it
really
gets stuck
just jam
halfway
in
through,
there.
and then I can just pour concrete in the flower pot, so it's 50 pound.
Yeah, but what if you need to put a baby down there?
Yeah, it'll be like 50 pounds, light enough for me to lift it, but none of my daycare,
smart.
none of my daycare kids.
That's just smart. That's great, Jay.
Unfortunately,
And was it an active well? Is that where the mom got her water? Was she using the well? Now what are we going to do? Now the toilets aren't going to flush.
Now there's a baby stuck down there.
Yeah, I heard
clogging up the. It flush it a couple more times. Maybe it should come loose.
Jessica McClure was later found in Shenzhen, China, where she had been flushed all the way through the center of the earth.
Turns out all drains do lead to the ocean.
So this is kind of fun. I'm skipping ahead. I will get to the thrilling rescue of baby Jessica and her life today.
Right.
But an investigation
unfortunate
into the ant was opened in early 1988, a few months later. Carolyn Langdorf, daycare licensing regional director for the Texas State Human Resource Department, said that the case was closed because Moore immediately stopped operating her unlicensed daycare facility once the agency's inquiry began.
So her job was done. She's like, I'm here for daycare. No more daycare, no more problem. Good luck, Jessica.
That's exactly how it went. That's how the legal system worked. Like, the appropriate department in the Texas government was like, now this shouldn't have happened. The nation should not have been dragged through this trauma, and we're going to find out why. Oh, an unlicensed daycare. Oh, there were unattended toddlers in the backyard with an uncapped 30-foot well. Really? Really? Well, I believe
after a home was purchased and inspected by a person, I guess, licensed by the state, right? Has to inspect this.
So they were like, well, expect a visit from the authorities, Miss Moore. And Miss Moore was like,
look out.
Why would the authorities need to come? I don't have a daycare anymore. I just closed it 10 minutes ago.
Haven't you heard?
And they're like, okay, no further questions. Have a good day.
Man. Wow. Justice served, everybody.
Well done.
But that whole thing was like, that was a huge story. Like Nightline had nightly reports on it. It was like, Nightline started when the hostage crisis in the early 80s, 1980, and they just decided to keep the show. Well, that was one of their next big stories, their nightly report on baby Jessica.
Yeah. So for 58 hours, it absolutely gripped the nation's attention.
Yeah.
And at the time of the rescue, all big 3 television networks broke into their primetime programming to report the rescue.
I can see the footage in my third eye here.
So there were numerous TV shows, like ABC's Beauty and the Beast was preempted. Like they were 10 minutes into the thrilling episode.
Went over. They just cut it off. Disney?
Yeah. So that they could report it. So it was
Disney sued them, of course, right?
Yeah. They'll never broadcast.
Well, they just bought
again.
them. Yeah, and there was a great Simpsons episode based on that, where Bart Simpson throws his walkie-talkie down into a well and pretends to be little Timmy, who's down in the
that's lovely.
down stuck in the well. But it was a full-sized well, like a regular well.
Wait,
not just
we already established that little Timmy pushed Jessica into the well. This is getting complicated.
Yikes.
Little Timmy wanted to be in that well.
So
you want me in that well. You need me in that well.
Authorities are on the scene immediately. Firemen and police developed a plan to drill a parallel shaft to the well where Jessica was lodged, and then drill another horizontal cross tunnel to rescue her 22 feet down. Mm-hmm. There were locally several local oil drillers standing by.
Perfect spot to have this happen.
I think they got
that's why I think little Timmy
Bruce Willis and
this.
his crew from Armageddon came in and they drilled that second shaft because they're experienced drillers on meteorites. And they take no chances.
They were thinking like we've got all these industrial grade drills and professional operators, like we can get this done lickety split. But then they discovered that the well was surrounded by rock, and just everything came to a complete standstill. A mining engineer, name unknown as for now, eventually arrived and helped supervise and coordinate the rescue effort. And a relatively new technology, water jet cutting, was used to drill through the rock.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome. Thank you, Halliburton.
Thank you, fracking.
Thank you, fracking. And if I'm not mistaken,
I'm sure a fracker could tell us.
The second shaft, which I'm sorry.
Can we stop saying shaft?
The second hole was drilled, and they went further.
I'm just talking about shaft.
They went, shut your mouth. They went deeper so they could then basically cut over it and make sure she wouldn't go down further in the well, right? They cut through to give a
that makes sense.
They could access her from below her.
Yes, so she can't go any further than where she was.
Okay.
Yeah. So 45 hours after she fell in, they had the shafts drilled, and this part of the story is so delightful. A roofing contractor, Ron Short, volunteered to go down the shaft. He had been born without collarbones and could collapse his shoulders to work in tight confines.
Dear God, this is terrifying. I'm having a panic attack.
So the team on scene considered his offer, but ultimately decided no.
Okay.
They sent paramedic Robert O'Donnell to
someone
the shaft.
Trained.
Yeah,
someone trained to do. Okay, that's probably a wise
and also
choice.
Also once he reached the victim, like assess her wellness and vitals and that sort of thing.
That's probably for the best.
Like maybe the roofing contractor with the very narrow shoulders wouldn't know how to check a pulse. I don't know. It's just some things.
Was this roofing contractor named Timmy by chance?
Well, Timmy's Roofing. You know what they should have done was just stuck down a hook and a bunch of grease, and just
I wonder
shot her right out of there. Or this is what they should have done: throw a bunch of Mentos down in there, and then fill it with Coca-Cola.
Yeah, I like it.
And then it'll just shoot her out like a rocket.
Okay. And it would be delicious for all the kids.
I mean, I think you'd want to send down a small oxygen tank and a face mask and just tell her, like, Jessica, you're 18 months old. Can you put this mask on?
Yeah.
The scuba mask? Mm-hmm. We're about to pour 55,000 gallons of Diet Coke. We just want to make sure you can breathe.
My leg hurt.
I have to poo-poo. Oh, man.
There are wolves after me. So Robert O'Donnell descended the shaft, inching his way into the tunnel, wresting Jessica free from her position, pinned inside the well with one leg above her forehead. O'Donnell then returned with Jessica to the parallel shaft, handing her off to fellow EMT Steve Forbes, who carried her up to safety.
There's
Steve
footage
Forbes,
of that
like from Forbes magazine? That's awesome.
Incredible. That is, talk about unfortunately famous.
The multi-millionaire who was going to make a run for the presidency later.
He didn't want anyone to know he was there.
Oh, man.
Not much. Yeah, it wasn't too longer. It was like 8 years after.
Steve
like,
Jobs wasn't available, I guess.
I might be able to run for president.
He couldn't do the shoulder thing,
Dude, they should have gone to the circus to look for the shoulder guy. That would have been something. They could have gone to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and what if that guy? If that guy would have done it,
Midland. It was in El Paso already.
Right.
It was already in El Paso.
Right. They had already left due to.
So this whole episode, as mentioned, just absolutely gripped the nation. Everyone breathed a collective sigh of relief. Then President Ronald Reagan was quoted as saying, "Well, everybody in America became godmothers and godfathers of Jessica while this was going on." That's a real quote about baby Jessica from our former president.
And he got God in there twice.
The McClure family appeared on Live with Regis and Kathy Lee. A photograph of McClure's rescue by the Odessa American photographer Scott Shaw received the 1988 Pulitzer Prize for spot news photography.
Wow.
Yep, I can see it.
1 year later, ABC made a television movie, Everybody's Baby, The Rescue of Jessica McClure, starring, can you guess the stars?
Tina Yothers.
Okay.
These are names you'll know.
Tina Yothers as baby Jessica.
The year was
our time period again?
1989, 2 years after the event. The
89.
TV movie came out.
Who's jumping in on
You know what's sad, though?
89?
It's surprising it took that long because I guarantee you they had script writers on that the minute it was going on. Like, this is going to be a TV
on
movie.
The scene
Start writing it right now.
5 hours.
Hey, hey, we need the drilling engineer down here stat. And where's the guy that can collapse his shoulders? And some screenwriters. Where are you guys? Come on.
You know what they did?
What are you
It was
doing?
probably like
Get Timmy over
It was
here.
probably like when they have the World Series or the final game of the big championship, and they've got caps and T-shirts for both teams ready to go. So they had scriptwriters ready to go. Like, what's going to happen? Are they going to rescue her, or is it going to turn tragic? Either way, we've got a script.
You write the story
locked
where
in,
she
ready
dies.
to go.
You write the story where it's a happy ending.
Yeah.
They had 58 hours to write the screenplay
Yeah.
with 2 endings.
Exactly.
Oh, if I could get my hands on that alternate ending. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
We'd all be zillionaires.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody
it was later
had
called
our
Independence
homeowner
Day.
Ending. Get what's coming. And Steve Buscemi shows up and goes crazy.
The 1988 television movie Everybody's Baby starred Beau Bridges and Patty Duke.
Whoa! Never would have said that.
I have not.
That should never be said.
I have not looked up the cast list. I'm pretty sure that Beau Bridges and Patty Duke did not play Jessica's parents, who were both teenagers at the time.
I think he played the aunt
Like a cop
that ran
or something
the.
that was on scene.
That would be a good choice. Like a very sympathetic character.
Well, maybe 93 Beau Bridges, but not 89.
Hey, Jay, you'd be interested to know. I actually did a movie with Beau Bridges.
Oh yeah.
Well, Bob
Oh,
Odenkirk had turned
yeah?
it down, and I was tapped to fill in.
Sure.
He played James Brady
Oh my God.
in the James Brady story, and I played Panicky Extra number 2.
Do you remember Do you remember your panicked reaction? Like, what was your panicked reaction to?
Well, I do remember. I played an EMT who is pulling James Brady out of the ambulance, and
Oh, no.
after a few takes, they said, "Hey, let's get another guy to do the EMT." So I got fired.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Which is why the movie failed.
So, hang on, John. What happened to James Brady?
Well, he was shot when Reagan was shot. Remember the whole when Reagan was shot?
No. I was just worried. I was.
James Brady. Well,
Hey,
I don't know.
Who's Reagan?
we just mentioned Reagan. He was president when baby Jessica was
Yes.
rescued from a well.
Yeah, that's right.
And where is he?
All right.
He was shot?
We're moving on.
Okay.
Baby Jessica had to receive extensive medical treatment.
Sure.
Doctors were very worried that they might need to amputate her foot because it had been stuck above her head and blood loss, like blood flow to it. Turns out she's able to keep her foot. They did have to amputate one toe.
Which toe?
So
do you know?
not so bad.
Which toe?
I can only tell you it's on toe on her right foot. And it has to have not been the big toe. They would have surely mentioned that.
That's the captain of the toes, according to Jerry Seinfeld.
I believe it.
All your
her
toes
parents-
are important. I just want to say, for the record, you have 5
Wait,
toes
which-
for a reason.
Which piggy
They're
had?
not. You
Which
don't have
one
5
had
toes
roast
so you
beef?
can give and take some. No, those are extras. You got plenty of toes.
Yeah, so the big toe went to market. And
Which is not what you thought it was as a kid. I
Yeah.
thought he was shopping. No, he's getting his ass chopped up and
it never
shipped
reveals.
away.
It never reveals what happened to the piggy that
Never
went to market.
tells you. Well, I imagine
He
she
may have
wants
won
to
a-
keep
he
her
may have won a
toe
ribbon.
loss. Her toe loss private somewhat. I mean, there's only 3 people,
Apparently not.
I guess, that know. Her husband, her, and the doctor.
Please, Shay, please, let's
I think
continue. I'm
America
sorry.
would not allow them to remain silent on this. Like everyone wanted to know, how's baby Jessica? Is baby Jessica out of her 8th surgery yet? How is she doing? What happened?
Where's the toe?
People across the nation were so invested, even months after, and they were sending donations. A trust fund was established for baby Jessica. When she turned 18 years old, she would have all this money.
And it
so
went
she could-
straight to the daycare center.
And man,
She opened
prosthetics
up a
went on.
daycare.
prosthetics went on overdrive to make another toe, I'm sure.
She got a titanium toe.
A titanium toe.
Best kind.
She's a superhero. What's your superpower? I have a titanium toe. Hey, Jay, a quick question. So you said this had gripped the nation. This had gripped the nation. Do you know anything about the global impact it had? Were people in Sweden just, ooh, baby Jessica, oh, you know, that's a bad
Is that your Swedish accent
deal. But I'm just saying that did the rest of the world care?
Right. I don't think they did, and I have a little insight into why that was. But real quickly, just some aftermath.
Because we're stupid
her parents
Americans.
Divorced. Her parents divorced 3 years after the well incident.
It had to be
out.
rough.
Are you serious? Yeah. I wonder why.
No, it's true. They divorced in 1990, 3 years later. Her father, Chip, remarried and had 6 additional children.
Dear God.
He still lives in Texas, where he sells planes at Ridge Air. Her mother, Reba, and her aunt...
Is his name Timmy by any chance?
No. They listed out his entire name. And
following
but
up
he
on
did
a
open up a new
that.
daycare.
He sells planes now. Her mother, Reba, and Aunt Jamie have stayed out of the spotlight wisely. Paramedic...
Unfortunately famous.
Paramedic Robert O'Donnell developed post-traumatic stress disorder after the rescue and later struggled to cope with the abrupt decline in recognition and fame that he had experienced in the immediate aftermath of his heroic act. He died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
What the? No.
What?
True.
He rescued the baby and then said, I can't handle the pressure?
I don't know where the post-traumatic stress disorder from, but I get the part with he was immediately famous for months after.
And then nobody cared.
Never paid for a meal for 3 months solid after that. And then suddenly steep decline. And that was what
would show up at the Rhinelander diner and nobody bought his pie.
Right.
Flew too close to the sun, but it wasn't his. He didn't.
So and I don't want to get off topic. I don't want to get off topic, but that does bring up. I had a question about Andy Warhol's comment. Everyone has 15 minutes of fame.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's fleeting.
That was it.
That's all I got. No, but I mean we do have that. I mean I think it's in our genetic makeup that we all want that fame and that notoriety and that, man, look at me and look what I did and I was awesome and everyone loved me. And when that goes away, it's devastating. It can be. Obviously, it can be devastating.
There's that rock star dilemma where they can go rock a show of tens of thousands of people, and then when they're back in the lounge in front of a handful of folks, having their own conversations and not really paying attention, it's a big difference when you've tasted the top.
Yeah, there are so many psychological ramifications to this that we could discuss, like maybe after a couple more stories. But to wrap baby Jessica, she is now 39 years old. She'll be turning 40 at the end of March, which is exciting.
Okay. Yeah.
She has talked about opening a daycare. She met her husband at a daycare center,
Timmy,
where she worked.
This is getting.
Jessica, do you take Timmy to be your long? No, that's.
I am going to bet that
his name is not Timmy. It's Daniel.
Jessica.
Daniel Morales. She's now Jessica McClure Morales. She kept the McClure, of course. Ooh. She's not an idiot.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, you've got to have that. She's not dumb.
At the Jessica McClure daycare, she can promise no open wells.
Right. No open wells
in the play
since
area.
1997.
Bingo. Good job. So it's a It's going to work.
So she is now 39. She's a grandmother. Like there are lots of patterns that were established in her early life that she has returned to. So her parents were teenagers.
She's a grandmother
when they had her.
at 39.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
that's a good pattern.
She had children as a teenager. Her children have had children as a teenager.
Someone dropped her down a well, John Swayze.
Well, I can only imagine. You got to be thinking, look, I could fall down a well at any moment. I need to have kids right now. And those kids need to have kids right away because who knows when they're going to fall down a well.
Right.
Yeah. Who knows how many wells are out there? I need to have.
Well, especially in Midland, they're drilling everywhere.
And yeah,
that's true. This is science.
And I need to establish a good kind of I need to establish a good income stream, like a good vocation, like childcare, something solid, something that somebody always needs. A good unlicensed daycare center.
Did she benefit from things like I'm sure she did, but things like the movie or
I hope so.
Any kind of I'm sure she got some sort of compensation,
maybe,
like
because it was only
we're buying the rights to your story.
It was only 2 years after.
The reporting that I've seen only talked about her trust fund, but which was significant. Like within 20 years, the trust fund was worth $1.2 million, or when she received it. However, she says that the financial crisis of 2008 wiped out most of it. So she was only able to use it to buy a modest home in Midland, Texas, where she lives now.
And when you say modest, you mean like a trailer. If I know Midland.
I haven't paused.
And when you say the financial crisis, you mean her husband's gambling debts.
Wow. Okay. Gee, you know something.
Wow. We don't know what Timmy's up to.
Is there something you want to share with
perfectly good guy?
With the folks at home, John?
Timmy came in. Timmy swooped in. No, but that's and that goes back though to the 15 minutes of fame that I think people seem to think or have this very false imaginative whatever that if I can get famous, I'll be rich and I'll be set. And I don't have to worry about anything ever again.
Most people who seek fame also seek fame and fortune. And it is not always, in fact, rarely the case that those two are interlocked.
Correct. That's why it's fame and fortune.
I mean, if you're smart about it.
Fortune.
It's like the one hit. It's like the one hit wonder band. Right? Can you make that one hit? You're round and round with love will find a way, just give it time. Sing that every show. Make that because you can do it. You can make that one
formula has been written.
Last your whole life.
Well,
but so many of them blow it.
Well, they do, but it depends. You know, it's like if you make $1 million
on drugs and daycare centers, is that what you mean?
Oh man!
If you make $1 million on drugs and daycare centers, I think you're going to make more than just $1 million. But if you make $1 million and you think like now I want to have a private jet, that's going to go away real quick. But if you make $1 million and go, I'm going to live in a modest house in Midland, Texas, you should be fine for a good long while.
Yeah.
That's true. You got to be smart with your
worst case scenario. Just take the rock back off that well cap and just, hey, little Timmy, go run out and play in the backyard for a minute.
Yeah. Hey, national news media. You'll never believe what happened.
Again.
God, man, that'd be awesome.
That kind of reminds me of, say, like a lottery winners, like people who have won a lottery, and maybe it's not the 100 millions and billions, but you've won the lottery, and then all of a sudden, a lot of these guys talk about how family jumps out of the woodwork, and people they never met before all of a sudden kind of feel like they are a part of. They deserve a little bit of it too, and so it ends up being a curse on their whole existence of being chased around for this. lottery. I mean, it's luck, but
it is unfortunate luck
with other things.
Like unfortunately famous. Yeah, there are so many stories of this where like people deeply, deeply regret having gained renown, whether they were seeking it out or just something happened to them. Because Baby Jessica was not seeking fame and fortune. It came her way, both things.
She was playing not
I guess the
seeking.
lottery
She was
guy
seeking
is
hiding. She was
seeking
hiding and
fortune.
seeking. That's all she was doing.
And I think it was from the story I
She
remember
was just
from the
seeking a
local
good
news.
8-inch diameter hiding space.
Yeah.
Like no one will think to look for me down here.
let me say this: she won that game of hide and seek.
I've never heard of a 60-hour game of hide and seek. Like she's the
winner.
Kyle. I mean, that's nice of you to say that, but she actually didn't win because they found her. I mean, she didn't. She didn't stay hidden very long.
And now for an official commercial interruption.
You know like moon? You know like scary bad nighttime? You know like cold time? You know like big monster eat new baby? Well, me have answer for you. My name Clog, and here at Clog Fire Stick, we solve you darkness and danger problem. Clog have big fire stick, Clog have small fire stick, Clog have fire stick in middle size that no big or small, and good price too. With down payment of 2 lizard, you can be having fire stick today. But no take me word for this. Take from Clog happy customer. Gunt food make Gunt sick. Gunt need fire stick. Gunt get fire stick from Clog. Clog fire stick is family business since before big rock fall from sky. And come with lizard back guarantee. So you make fire with confidence. Come Clog fire stick. Just off Tree River next to Bone Pile. Clog fire stick. Fire good.
Okay, we're back.
There are 2 questions about like what is the downside of this unfortunate fame? And so the paramedic that decided to end his life is a compelling example of that. And then also the question is, why did Baby Jessica become so famous? And there are answers to that I can delve into later, but I would like to pass the baton to either of you gentlemen who might have a parallel story about someone not seeking fame that got it big time.
Well, Kyle, I will gladly acquiesce to you if you'd like to go next. I do have what I previously emailed or texted to you both. I've got a doozy.
I like a doozy.
But, then I realized.
Well, do you want to do your doozy?
Yeah, yeah, except my doozy's going to be a little disappointing because I kind of thought after.
They always are.
They always do.
They always do.
Doing the thing here, I kind of realized, maybe this isn't right. But you know what? I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to give you a quick one, but then I'm going to jump to. Okay. Are you ready for this?
Maybe not. Actually, now that I think about it, I may not be ready.
Wait, hang on. Let me prepare myself. Sipping.
That's a great idea.
Jay, do you need a sip to?
I'm going to top off. Go ahead, please get started.
Everybody top off. So, years before Baby Jessica was even conceived, or even her parents were conceived.
That wasn't that many years. No.
Back in 1916. A young man, or actually he was more than a young man, but Tsutsumu Yamaguchi was born in 1916 in, you ready for this? Now, there's going to be a giveaway, but he was born in Nagasaki, Japan. Do you have any idea where this is going?
I've heard of it.
I think I have an inkling, yeah.
Well, he was born in Nagasaki, Japan, and there he lived and married and had a family, was doing fine. And
born in 1916?
Born in 1916, yes, sir,
So
in Nagasaki.
in the mid
And then-
40s, he would have been about 30, maybe in his late 20s.
Yeah, right. And so in 1945, he worked for the company Mitsubishi, which we've all heard of, which is not just cars. They did They were the kind of the General Electric of Japan. I mean, they did gazillions of things.
Yes, it's motors,
all kinds of
engines.
Motors, engines, cars, planes, all kinds of things.
And bears, oh my.
Anyway, so he was working for Mitsubishi, and he was on a 3-month-long business trip. And Jay, you want to take a guess where he was on business?
Wait, was he in country or out of country?
He was in country.
A domestic business trip?
He was in Hiroshima.
You didn't let me guess, but that was going to be absolutely my guess.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah,
little,
well, I didn't have. I lost interest.
little shitty there, John Swayze.
I know. I'm shitty John Swayze. But anyway, so he lived in Nagasaki, lived and worked in Nagasaki, was on business in Hiroshima. And on August the 6th at 8:15 a.m., he was walking towards the docks when the American B-29 bomber Enola Gay dropped Little Boy. And he actually looked up and saw a bomber with dropping something that had 2 small parachutes on it, and then there was a huge flash in the sky. He was knocked over. And of course, that was the bomb, the atomic bomb, the first atomic bomb in Japan.
Yeah.
And he was knocked over. His eardrums were ruptured. He had burns all over him. He was blinded temporarily. Obviously, as many Japanese, was in very, very bad shape. However,
Of course, yeah.
he survived, and after recovering, he crawled to a small shelter, rested for a little bit, tried to find his colleagues, his other business partners, some of which had survived. They ended up spending the night in an air raid shelter.
Wait, had all of the
And then
colleagues
the
taken a walk down to the pier? Isn't that what you said? He had gone for a little walk down to the pier?
Well, I don't know if he went to the pier. He was just out walking outside of his office.
Okay.
But he went to the pier. Yes, that's where it all happened, was the pier. And the next day, though, he said, I got to get home. So he goes back to Nagasaki the following day and went to a hospital, got treatment for his wounds. And then, so this was August the 6th. He went back to Nagasaki August the 7th. 2 days, the 7th and 8th in the hospital. The 9th, he goes back to work at the Mitsubishi plant.
How many days have passed?
2.
2 days?
What is this PTO?
You mentioned he was very badly burned and his eardrums were ruptured.
He was.
Back to work in 2 days?
Where
on
did he
August
work?
the
Yeah,
6th.
he didn't need
Like, what did the
eardrums.
attending physician say? I guess, if you want to.
Sir, you should probably go back home to Midland, Texas and relax. But he said no. There are uncovered wells. It's dangerous.
I found this where we should
Oh my God. Thank you. That was
I
do feel better.
that was the
air
AI thing on my
communicator.
phone activating because I don't know why. But anyway, no, so he went back to work. He was like,
That's
this is the tenacious attitude that he had. I'm going back to work. I don't care if I'm burned. I don't care if I can't see. I'm going back to work because Japan needs me. So, which also, just a little side note, he was very much against the war. But anyway,
Most
so
people
he's
are.
back in Nagasaki. He's at work. And then at 11 a.m. on August the 9th, a second bomb called Boxcar, or actually the plane was called Boxcar.
Yeah, I thought it was Fat
dropped
Man.
Fat Man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fat
Yeah, it was
Man
Fat
and
Man.
Little
It
Boy.
was
yeah.
Little Boy and Fat Man. Enola Gay dropped Little Boy. Boxcar dropped Fat Man. and both blew up about 2 miles above the ground. This time, though, he was not hurt. He was he was okay. I mean, he obviously not great, but he was better off than he was in the first one.
Maybe emotionally scarred at least. Jesus.
Well, yeah. So anyway, so he is, and this is why I didn't want to really talk. I was fascinated by this, but I kind of, as more I delved into this, I discovered that, he had married, he actually died in 2010 at the age of 93. But he died from cancer, theoretically, or not theoretically, but it's theoried that it was caused by, it was a stomach cancer caused by the blast that he experienced. And he actually died in Nagasaki. I mean, he stayed there. But the reason I decided I was fascinated by this, but I decided I didn't want to delve into this is later in
but you have
in 2000.
Here we are, John Swayze.
Well, I know, but I'm gonna
horrible.
Here we are,
story.
75%
great
down the
obviously.
delve. Yeah.
I've got it. No.
I mean, the barrel is only so deep.
You'll be happy with this.
Baby John
He was dubbed
Swayze
the
trapped in a
unluckiest man in the
delve.
world. The Wisconsin Delves. He was dubbed by the BBC program QI as the unluckiest man in the world. And the BBC
But he
took
lived in 93, so that's
great criticism for producing, because they tried to make it something funny. Like, the unluckiest man in the world. Here he is, folks.
You mean like
And I would
Fat
say he's
Man
probably
and
the
Little
luckiest
Boy?
man in the world. But anyway,
Right. You could see it both ways. That's what I was saying earlier about how complicated it got. It's like, oh, is that unfortunate or is that? Wait a second, because it
is. But the Japanese
can go any direction.
Yeah, I mean, but Japan, the embassy, all the people were like, "Hey, dude, you're really not honoring the victims of the atomic bomb, and this isn't cool," and blah blah blah. And so BBC retracted everything, and which means I'm going to retract it. So what I am going to talk about is something much more interesting.
Oh.
So there was
and
a baby
related to someone who attained fame
Midland,
without
Texas,
First off,
back in the 80s.
That guy, wow.
So,
and I think you're right. That is unfortunately famous. He unfortunately is famous because
is he famous? Would you,
he went through
Kyle?
both
Would you say
bombs.
his name one more time? The famous name that you know?
I believe it was Timmy. Duh.
I believe
I would
you're
argue
thinking
he
of
did not
Timmy,
not
which in
achieve-
Japanese translate to Yamaguchi.
Sure.
That's Timmy in
See,
Japanese.
winner. Told you.
Tsutsomu.
Okay, John, you said you had another one you want to do.
Yeah,
or do you want,
John's
back
redo.
in the here's my redo. Back in the 1580s. Jay, we know you lived in England for a while, so can you
Shit
tell me
was
who
popping off.
who was the monarch of England in the 1580s?
The 1580s?
Yeah. And
Gosh.
before you look it up, if you said Elizabeth I, that'd be great.
Yeah, it was definitely a James, a Charles, or an Elizabeth I, but the first one of those three. Maybe Elizabeth.
It was Elizabeth I. She was the daughter of Henry VIII.
Oh, rug pull.
She was the daughter of Henry VIII, and she, at the behest of our good friend Sir Walter Raleigh,
Good man.
said,
Good man.
"You know what? It is. Yeah, you bet. It is time for us to explore the New World. We need to send people over there. We need to do stuff over there." So he started exploring. Most of his expeditions landed along the outer banks of North Carolina.
I say,
that kind of
Raleigh,
thing. And
how
so,
are explorations going? Raleigh, good man. How are the explorations coming along?
Is that your Elizabeth
Righto,
I?
here in North Carolina, where I take my shirt off and wave it around my head like a helicopter.
Bask in the sunshine of the North Carolina winds.
Can everyone see me okay?
He said,
the reception's a little spotty in North Carolina, but I hope you can see I'm shirtless. Lovely weather.
Your Majesty. So he convinced the Queen to. It's time we send people over there.
Yeah. What's the holdup?
Yeah.
Let's get
so
this
in
going.
1587, I believe it is, he had the man for the job. His name was John White, and John White had done some exploration in North Carolina, led by a fellow by the name of Richard Greenville.
Get out.
They had gone over in 1585, and they said, "Hey, man, it's time we send people over there." So they sent about 115 men and women along over on a boat to go establish a colony in the New World. And on the boat were the daughter, Eleanor, of John White, her husband, Ananias Dare, D-A-R-E, Dare. Like, I dare you to go over to the New World. Well, he did, along with his father-in-law, John White, and his wife, Eleanor, who was prego with a young girl.
Oh, this is getting deep.
They probably didn't know it was a young girl at the time. They didn't have that technology back then. But anyway, they went over there and dropped everybody off, and everything was going just fine.
Just popped off to the Americas.
The settlement established, and it was called Roanoke, which we've all heard of Roanoke.
Yes.
The colony of Roanoke was the first establishment in the New World. This is before Jamestown. This is before, well, maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, so everyone's doing fine. Well, little Eleanor has her baby and names her Virginia. And here's the kicker. Virginia is the first American born in America.
The first anchor baby?
Like, the anchor baby literally was born on an anchor from the ship. No, but not a Native American, but the first European born in, the first recorded European. The Spanish could have been populating down in Florida. I don't know. But that I don't know. But Virginia is the first baby recorded ever, and she was doing fine,
right? Because of the virgin territory, virgin ideals, and all the stuff. It's a brand new beginning. It fits.
Right. I mean, it's no coincidence that stuff that, there's a state Virginia, there's a state Carolina, there's Roanoke, which is in Virginia. I mean, all of that stuff is all.
That's got to be so. But Native American, it's got to be Roanoke, right?
What's that?
Am I crazy? The word.
You are crazy, but say that again.
Is Roanoke a native word? This isn't part of the podcast today. I don't.
It is not part of the podcast that I'm aware of. I don't know if Roanoke is. No, I don't. I don't know where the name Roanoke came from. I don't know where that came from. It was just
a little brain fart I had to ask. Please continue.
But the Roanoke colony was actually on what's called the Outer Banks, which is the islands just off North Carolina.
Yeah, that's where
they hadn't even actually made it to the main
first flight some years later.
Correct. That is correct.
Yes, sir.
Which I'm surprised they didn't call it the Virginia
flight.
Uh-huh.
Oh, nicely played.
Is that Virgin Airlines?
John White, actually, because of the war with Spain, had to go back to England. and left his
Wait,
family.
Why? Why the hell?
Well,
they need
because
him
they
there?
needed ships and they needed men and they needed like.
What was so
hey,
important?
I know we just. I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't around back then. All I know is
Okay, fair enough.
There's
You
no
would-
historical
They just
record
said-
of this, Kyle. What do you want him to get, a time machine? Come on.
Try to ask.
so.
some-
John White went back. The
Now you know
problem
how I
was,
feel.
is he had every intention of coming back, but it took 3 years, and by the time he came back, everybody in Roanoke Colony was gone. There was no sign
there
of them
was
whatsoever.
no oak.
Whoa, I heard
was-
that.
Hey, there it is. There it is. And he searched from the coastline, from Roanoke down to Cape Hatteras, but they were called the Lost Colonists because they were never seen or heard of again. And
Did
it
he
is
try?
believed
Did he try Life
that
360? Did he just look him up? Like, it shouldn't be that hard.
I think he
Find my
spit on.
phone. I got it
He
right
spit
here.
on something. I'm not sure what happened, but there weren't many Mormons back then, so he didn't really have access to that. So,
Rough.
Well, that's a real
Anyway.
shame. They should have thought of
Yeah.
that.
but Virginia Dare had made news around the world as the first English child born in America. She was now famous for about 3 years, but then she disappeared. And
Unfortunate for her.
since
Fall
then,
in a well.
she fell down a well and turned up in Midland, Texas. So, but anyway, nobody had a clue what had happened to them. However, in 1937,
Here we go. Here we go.
350 years, her birthday celebration, 350 years old, theoretically, stones were found in Georgia and the Carolinas that had apparently had messages from Virginia's mother on them. And there were 48
bones
stones
did?
found.
Stones.
Like messages written on stone. I don't think carved. I think like with blood or some sort of
Sharpie.
homemade
probably.
ink.
Like, what else
Sharpie,
would remain
right, yeah,
350 years later? What medium would have survived that long? Only
Well, as it turns out, Jay, that's a great
Sharpie.
question. As it turns out, these were proved to be fake.
Oh.
It was a huge, elaborate hoax.
my God.
So nobody really knows what happened to Virginia. It is believed
Unfortunately.
Unfortunate for her.
that she was. Well, first of all, before I tell you what it was believed. Well, I'll tell you now. It was believed she was killed along with her mother in a raid by Native Americans. But she became a kind of a celebrity because of her, being the first English child born in America. And novels were written. She was portrayed as a heroine that maybe moved to Jamestown and married a local settler. There's a one theory that she was turned into a white deer by an Indian witch doctor.
Not a bad way.
And
Not a bad way
also
to go.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
I mean-
the best one, though, this is my favorite, is that
Could have
she
been
got
a
involved with a
sewer
love
rat.
triangle with John Smith and Pocahontas.
Oh, hell yeah. So
yeah.
she had
I don't remember Disney portraying that.
she had attained fame in Europe and had no idea. Like, she's over here in the New World. Stories of her.
Well, she's only 2 years old.
she
or
was
whatever.
never-
I mean, she has no clue.
Like baby Jessica.
Right. But baby Jessica's mother and Virginia's mother and Virginia never had any idea about the fame.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. However, in 1870, Dare County was officially incorporated and named after Virginia.
Okay. That's very.
Where they
So-
then built the Virginia Dare Memorial Bridge,
How unfortunate.
I'm trying to.
which goes from the mainland to Roanoke Island.
Yeah, I'm trying to imagine
Yeah.
how baby Virginia,
Unfortunate it might be.
never seeking fame, attained fame and regretted it. But she regretted being killed by
Well-
roving Native Americans, probably.
No, but
But
well,
not because-
so
Not because she was famous.
She never hated it because she didn't know anything about it. However,
True.
since then, and this will make sense, I think, given the Civil War and what it was all about.
Kyle,
But,
here's the
That
part where
didn't make
everything
any sense.
starts making sense. Listen carefully.
You'll follow along. Follow along. A lot of white supremacy groups started going, baby Virginia is why we need to keep America white. And so it became not the state, but little girl Virginia became this sort of
Rallying cry.
this rallying standard for, we should keep America white and Virginia, the state, white.
I might regret this, but what's the
And,
argument again for this?
Because Virginia was the first English baby born in America, so clearly America was meant to be white.
Oh, well, okay.
That's weird.
I have more questions. I
Well-
won't ask them now.
That guy's name was John White, right? Maybe he
Exactly.
just
Shouldn't he be the rallying cause?
wanted everyone to be whites.
Well, that was
wanted to
but that
be
was the
king.
grandfather. That wasn't her.
I know, but like John White.
But if you
shouldn't
go
he
to
be the
go to
reason?
the Outer Banks, there is Virginia Dare stuff everywhere. It's all over. So
I can't wait.
they still
I'm booking
honor
my trip
they still
tonight,
honor.
Everyone wants
I
to go to
would.
Virginia now. Why?
Which is not in the Outer Banks. That's North Carolina.
Take your shirt off. Wave it on your head like a helicopter.
Well, anyway, she did not fall down a well. It's not as interesting as that, but I did not know anything about Virginia Dare, and I thought it was interesting that she was actually
No.
she's the rallying cry for the South, apparently. So I think if she were alive today,
Unfortunate.
450 years later,
And never did think that
she'd
it
be
ever would
mortified.
happen again. Yeah.
That's right. Now, Jay, what you'll also be interested to know
Maybe.
is that Eleanor and Ananias were married at St. Bride's Church on London's, are you ready for it?
Fleet Street.
Oh.
Fleet Street.
Hey.
Turns out I
know?
was ready that time.
Jay, it's almost like you lived there in
I'm
Great
just
Britain for a
really
little
good at trivia. That's all.
bit. Oh.
Well, anyway, the church is still there, and there is a memorial to Virginia Dare
With fake rocks, fake inscribed rocks, I hope.
with fake stones, talking about her entire existence.
There's actually just one big rock that everyone can Sharpie their own
Yeah,
message.
supporters are urged to come inscribe messages that might have been from
Yeah.
Virginia Dare's family.
Yeah. Don't forget to floss.
Don't take any wooden nickels. Beware
but
of
yeah,
those
so,
blanket
but I-
gifts.
May we move on? Here we are. We're
Whoa, bro. Easy.
I'm sorry.
No,
I'm sorry,
that's
John.
fine.
Do you
That's
have-
fine. Let's move
it
on.
felt
For
like
God's sake,
the
I was just
Time
trying to
to
relive some of my glory years in Britain. but if
She
we would
didn't
need to
fall
move
down a
on,
well.
okay.
She didn't get rescued by a guy that committed suicide later.
Right.
You know, she was only.
I'm so sorry.
And I will say that the mother. It's also believed that the mother actually. She didn't die. Oh, she didn't die actually. She did die.
No one
did
ever
not?
dies.
And Tiny
the father,
Tim,
the
who
father
did
was
not
killed.
die.
It was the father that was killed, and the baby, and the mother was like outraged. So she married a Native American as revenge and ended up having more children.
What?
So in your face, white people.
Wow. Now I definitely want to move on. Kyle?
Now it works.
I knew I could do it. I knew I could do it.
So that leads us right into John Wayne Bobbit of Manassas, Virginia.
Oh.
Virginia. Where did that name come from? John.
I bet he was related to Virginia Dare I say.
Probably related to Virginia. Hold on, let me check my notes. Dare.
Flip, 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 flip. So John Wayne Bobbit of Manassas, Virginia on June 23rd, 1993.
I got to save just real quick. What a segue. Woo! You did it.
Yeah, we did it. Great segue, everybody.
Smooth.
You don't even need to pedal. You just lean. Just lean into it.
You don't even need to pedal.
Oh, God.
love
Don't even
that.
need to pedal. I agree. I'm jotting that down.
On June 23rd, 1993, John Wayne Bobbit had his penis cut off by his own wife, Lorena Bobbit, while he was asleep. We've all heard this story, at least the three of us.
We've all heard the story.
And
We've all lived the nightmare.
All
So she drives off, throws his wiener out the window, and a few miles down the road past that, she calls 911 and says, "I've done this." And that's how it all begins.
I already have so many questions. Is now a good time? Why didn't he
Sure.
call 911? Was he in shock? Not even awake yet? Still asleep? Like, how did that part work?
Dude, I can tell you,
The timeline is-
having had my wiener cut off.
The timeline is fuzzy.
No, when you have your
And this was
Johnson-
your deep dive, Kyle Jones?
We were only reaching the tip right now.
Okay.
As it were.
in when you have your
John has
Johnson
answers,
sliced
thankfully.
off, I think you go into some serious
Yeah.
shock. Number one. Number two, I think there is a great deal of blood loss. So I don't think he's got any wherewithal to call 911. I think he is like hanging on. He is hanging on for dear life, and there's nothing to hang on to.
I guess I'm just very briefly.
Telephone.
I'm curious about if you're asleep and someone decides to do a violence on you. Like, I've been asleep before in a bed
Yeah.
with my life partner and got kind of kicked in the
Is
shin.
that what you call
and
your
I'd wake up,
wife, your
I'd be like,
life
Yeah.
partner? Really?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can't say your wife?
for life. I'm not just calling her my wife because we will never separate. She's my partner
And-
for life.
Even if she cut
And
off your
for the
Johnson?
record, she's never cut off his wiener.
I think-
Wow.
Well,
I
I don't
say
say
that.
never.
That would
I-
never happen.
Okay. All right.
Never.
Go ahead. Fine.
Never. Not with a life partner. Anyway, you can be asleep, even in REM sleep, and if you get kicked in the shin by a neighbor in your bed,
You feel
you'd
it.
be like, something happened. What just happened? I would contend that if a very sharp weapon was taken to the most sensitive area of your entire body, you would have awareness of
The
that
toe?
before the the piggy that
The big toe?
the piggy that went wee.
Man.
So,
man,
but what
yeah,
I'm saying
that
is,
piggy
I
does
think
go
Jay, I
wee,
think
wee,
you were
wee.
in
That's
shock.
science.
I think he was in shock and was bleeding out and just didn't have the wherewithal to make that call.
Most certainly he's in shock.
Yeah. After the deed was done, I'm wondering if the deed was done in 3 seconds. Like, did she have an amazing samurai blade, which just like off she ran, or was she like, taking
Sawing.
a kitchen paring knife and like.
Scissors that
Well,
are dull and
like,
just
Probably
click,
not
click,
a samurai sword. Lorena was Latin American, and maybe machete would be more like it.
Okay. all right.
But unconfirmed.
Fair
no, I
enough.
think it was scissors.
Was it cocaine
I believe
infused?
it was scissors. I think it was a one chop, run and get in the car and run away.
One chop. All right. I won't interrupt any further. I will, but not right now.
But I mean, let's just talk about real quick the texture of the skin and the muscle mass there.
Oh,
It doesn't take much.
Yeah.
You're not chopping a leg off at the thigh with bone.
no, right. It seems
with,
like it
with
would be
bone
easy.
and all that.
And believe me,
you just-
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You grab that scrotum.
How many times
you grab
have
the
I cut
scrotum
my
and the
penis
penis.
off? It was
and you
so
just
easy.
give it a whack.
From my time working on cadavers in med school, I can tell you without a doubt.
You better believe it.
He's questioning your
I know how to whack
research.
a penis.
experience.
Is anatomical
I have no
bona fides. Yeah, you bet I am.
I know how to whack off.
So
Sorry, I went there.
Wow.
I went
no
there.
one's arguing against that.
Nobody's questioning you know how to whack off, John. We all know you know.
No one holds your expertise in this in higher regard than
everyone
we do, John Swiss.
acknowledges you as the premier whacker
Jack off.
of all things.
For those
No,
of us,
but I'm just saying.
that have
But
sons,
to Jay's point, was it like how hard was it? I think it's nothing but it's flesh and tissue, and there's nothing there to like. God, I just
For those just coming of age, there's not actually a bone in a boner.
oh, just nothing but flesh and tissue. I hear.
yeah, and liquid.
Thank.
Oh my God!
Why do
Kyle,
you have to say that?
Please, won't you continue?
Okay, thank you.
Why did
Thank
I
you so
bother?
much, Jay. Okay,
Why
so
do I
police and
ever-
paramedics swarm the scene. John is stabilized and rushed to the hospital. Thank goodness. Meanwhile, some cops, the cops are sent on a search
Oh no!
because
So-
Lorena has told.
Was she involved
No.
now? Like, is she in police custody and like helping
Right,
police?
she called them.
Yeah, she.
I know, but like, did they?
Yeah. Oh,
Did they also
totally
rush
arrested
to her? They rushed to the home and to wherever she
Yes.
was, and be
Yes.
like, "Show us where the thing is."
Exactly. And
Okay.
she told them that I was driving with it. She took it with her after the chickadee
threw it
chop.
out the window.
And then eventually tossed it out the window like a Whataburger wrapper, which is still a wrong thing to do. Don't litter, folks, whether it be penis or trash. Come on.
I
We're
wonder
better
if her
than this.
reaction to the object in question was different than that of a Whataburger wrapper.
All right.
Like,
Some say just lazy.
yeah,
No class.
but like, why did she bring it with her in the first place? No one
Right.
goes to purchase a wrapper and then drives
just
away
to
with
throw
it
it
and
out
be
the
like,
window.
"Why do I even have this? Let me toss it out."
Oh yeah, that's true. It's like, oh, if I get caught with his wiener in my hand, I might be considered.
Now, if
That's
she
when
would have
she
put it in a
started thinking
Whataburger bag,
strategically.
Yeah.
if she would have put it in a whole bag and wadded the bag up and thrown it out.
You might have gone with Sonic just because they have hot dogs.
Well, they don't have Whataburger
wow.
up in New York, where she was. When she in New York,
I didn't research.
Well,
that.
well,
Who
well.
cares?
Would you look
you
at
don't
the
even know where
Virginia.
she was.
Remember, it was Virginia. It's Virginia.
No, she was.
You know-
no,
you
no,
told us
no,
this.
dude, no.
Uh-oh.
I know.
Oh, no.
I
What's-
know.
oh, no.
I
She would.
My
She
research
might have
did
been,
not,
or he might have been from Virginia. But I think this happened like in New Jersey or something.
okay. I'll let one of you search that while I move on.
All right, you continue.
So, two poor
You'll do no such
fucking
thing,
cop-
sir.
Two poor fucking cops are on the job, and their job is to go find the severed wiener of this guy. Actually, Howard Stern did a great bit on this video bit of two cops going out to find the severed wiener of Bobbit, and they stop off at 7-Eleven first and get big bites, the hot dogs,
Yeah.
And then they find it, and then they confuse the hot dogs, and you can see where it goes.
You described this as a great bit, though.
I did. I could just see on your face, though, you didn't think it was going to be great, and John's not even paying attention anymore.
No,
So
because
weird.
Kyle,
trying
I
to look
stand
up-
corrected. I thought she was in. You're right. She was in Manassas, Virginia. It was in Manassas, Virginia.
That's what I said. That's what the internet told me.
I know.
I learned a
John's
little
lazy.
something about the weapon. It was a kitchen knife. It was not scissors.
Not
but-
scissors. Okay.
However, it was a ginsu. So
Oh.
I understand.
I wonder if she cut the tin
Was it a
can
Ginsu?
afterwards.
Was it really a
And-
Ginsu?
That's what it says here. There
Well,
are two sources that verify
High
it was
class.
a ginsu.
I will tell you
class.
that what I was getting confused with
That's a good penis slice right there.
was
You know-
another.
so you know it was
I was getting
clean.
confused around the same time, or not long thereafter. There was another sexual escapade thing that happened with
are you
Are
done
you referring
with
to
my
this as a
story?
sexual escapade?
Well, it is kind of got a sexual thing to it. I was thinking about Joey Buttafuoco, who that happened in New Jersey, New York, and I was thinking it was the same.
Long
thing.
Island.
Oh yeah, the Buttafuoco's
Buttafuoco's.
a whole
Long
just another
Island
story.
Lolita.
Yes.
Guess who didn't do the research on that one?
But yeah,
John
those
Swansea.
are the Buttafuocos are infamous. But John Wayne Bobbit, who was I
But
guess
they would be
mostly
in this
known as-
category. We could have done a John
Oh, for
Wayne
sure, they were
Bobbitt
at the time too.
Oh, yeah,
Joey
yeah.
Buttafuoco story.
People spoke
but
of
I
them-
didn't. I went with Virginia Dare. Just
Yeah, which tied in perfectly.
Kyle, are you
To
already
John Wayne
planning to
Bobbit.
get to this, or would you mind circling back? Why did this happen?
Lorena, who had turned herself in and told them where the weenie was in the first place, she goes on trial
Yeah.
and she claimed that her husband was raping her. And so that all
and yet she
instantly
had his penis.
that instantly became a story.
Sorry.
She
I would
she didn't have
imagine
the
so,
penis
yeah.
anymore. Another the
Well, I'm
cops
just saying
have the penis.
he was raping me, but she had the penis.
For a brief moment, yes, while she drove down the road away from the
Okay.
house and threw it out the window. He claimed that they did not have sex that night. And then she has a wonderful quote, and I don't mean to disparage her, but I'll do my best accent. He always have orgasm and doesn't wait ever for me to have orgasm. She was found not guilty by reason of temporary insanity.
Wow. So was the rape allegation proven or disproven in that?
Okay, so this is where things get weird. She is found not guilty, of course.
Yeah.
And after the trial,
But by reason of insanity, not because
Not reason of not raped.
not because he did everything she claimed, like it was self-defense.
I don't know the particulars of the.
You mentioned earlier this was your deep dive. Do you stand by that?
Hey,
there were
let's
some
get back to
rocks
Virginia
over there.
Dare. You know about Virginia Dare.
There were some rocks over there, so I dove deeper in a different direction.
Well, but no. But so I think the question, Kyle, I think the question is this. She was found not guilty by reason of insanity, but her defense was she was raped. So did they go?
yes, and then
"Yeah,
there
she
was a trial
raped"?
and a lot of questions that we're going to skip past. And
Oh,
trust
great.
Great.
Okay.
Perfect.
Hey, let's just move on to Donald Trump is now president, and here's where we are with the Iran war.
there's a reason
What did Joey Buttafuoco have to say about the trial outcome? That's what I
Are they
need to
familiar
know.
with
That's what
Virginia
I'm talking
Dare?
about. Hey. So
God, thank you. God, I just want to say
After the
thank you.
trial-
Thank you. I just don't feel that bad.
you're welcome. So let's say you got your wiener cut off.
You're welcome,
all right?
Jay.
Yeah.
And
what would a person do in such a circumstance?
Yeah, and they were just. It was just. They're not guilty, and now you've
They're not
got
guilty.
a reattached wiener. But
Can you talk about?
Did he
now
have it
you've got a
reattached?
reattached
Did he have
wiener?
his penis reattached?
yeah,
Did he?
Oh, there was a.
How did that work?
There was a 9-hour surgery. It was successful.
Whoa! How long did it take him to find the detached member?
It was the same night. I don't know the exact hours or how long it took to get the weenie back to the stump and make it all happen. I don't know that. I don't know what that takes.
But it couldn't have been that long. It couldn't
curious.
have been that long. I mean, not that I have any experience in this, but it couldn't have been that long.
When you say
because-
long,
well, it may have been shorter at the end, but I'm just saying it couldn't have been that long because you obviously have blood loss. You have
Necrosis. is the word you're looking
big
for.
medical terms that I don't know. But you have those things. That,
penis is not that complicated.
that are important. And
we hear about this, like when baby Jessica lost her toe from gangrene.
Yeah.
She had been stuck in a well for 58 hours and had experienced blood loss to the point that her toe got gangrene. So when a appendage of the human body is without the normal circulation, it experiences deep tissue damage to the point that it is no longer functional.
Thank you, Dr.
And so
Science.
if you've got a detached
Right.
male member, it can only exist so long without being, a hopeless cause.
what was
So,
the temperature
you know-
outside? Maybe it was cold enough that it lasted longer.
Throw it in the ice pile.
It was mid-June. John, in
Mid-June,
Manassas,
so it was
Virginia.
not
So
cold at all. It was
perfect temperature, perfect body temperature.
if I could
just right for sewing it back on.
Continue on to where I had just begun.
No, please, no. I don't think you can.
Okay.
So Lorena threw John's penis out the window, and it landed in a disemboweled tauntaun, and so the penis was able to stay in the warm guts of the tauntaun
Fantastic.
until the police found it at perfect body temperature. Thank
Good luck that. And I
That's
thought they
awesome.
so bad.
Dude,
On the
how
outside.
fortunate is that to have a tauntaun right there with an open wound
Yeah.
and the penis
Look,
flies
that
right
officer
into it?
has a name. Who found?
There's plenty
the
of
weenie.
unfortune in this story, but at least a little bit of good fortune.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
What
that
was the
reattachment
officer's
surgery
name,
would not
Kyle?
have been possible. Yeah,
Office,
go ahead and share it.
It's actually kind
Go
of ironic because it is Officer Dick Finder.
Wow. Where are the Finders from? I don't know that.
Wow, is that
family
are they a
heritage.
German
What country?
German family or they
No, that would be
Finder
Finder.
sounds Irish.
Finder?
Dick.
German.
Are they?
Finder.
Are they?
Dick Finder?
Are they Finnish?
No, I don't know his
Finish?
name. Anyway, after the trial, John finding out that the person who cut off his penis was, was kind of right to
Exonerated?
right to do so. He did what any of us would have done when the whole world knows that your ding dong has been chopped off. What do? He started a
pray-
band
Oh, that's right.
called Severed Parts.
Yes, that's right. He did start a band. And he opened for Joey Buttafuoco's band.
And how did that go?
It did not go well, Jay. That's very unfortunate that he may have started a band called Severed Parts. So when that didn't work out, you know what he naturally did next, just like you guys would have done.
Divorce his wife?
He made a porn called John Wayne Bobbit Uncut. In fact,
Dude.
when this was happening,
And
my
what,
friends
real
and
quick,
I.
what year was this, Kyle? What year?
I don't know. I'm telling a story here. I don't care what the years are. Jay, you got that? You have to
this is your deep
John
dive, right?
that asked that.
I'm still
but that's
going,
fine,
yeah.
Thank you.
You have no facts or sources.
I just
any
told
sort
you
of
a
It was
lot of
1993, Jay. It was 1993.
Awesome. Perfect.
Thank
That
you.
tracks with my memory.
But yeah, when did the band start, and when did he begin his porn career?
Who cares? Probably the same year. It was.
I do.
Okay.
It was 1996, 3 years later.
Oh. Is which
if
one,
you're
the
gonna
band
start-
or the porn?
No. Uncut was 1 year later.
Oh, you're right.
That's incredible.
1994.
In 1996 was his second porn film, which I'm sure you know the title
Dude,
of.
and this
Frankenpenis. It was called Frankenpenis. John
this
doesn't want to hear about
right
Frankenpenis,
into,
which is weird.
Kyle, this delves right into the entire
See?
world of 15 minutes of fame. I am going to milk this motherfucker as much as I can. I got my penis cut off. I will, damn it, if I'm going to be rich and famous, I am going to make that happen. And that's what he was doing.
I do have.
This is an interesting twist on the theme of Unfortunately Famous, which
how
is
do I make this unfortunately famous moment?
well, the reason he was famous was unfortunate, but he was not displeased by the fame.
He was
okay.
He
How do I
wanted,
make?
he wanted every possible inch of fame.
he had
How do I make?
He could
had
get.
his
How do I
dick
make
cut off.
lemonade
I
out of
think he
this
was-
severed penis?
I think
I've got a
unfortunate by
4-inch
having his
penis.
dick-
How do I make it into
I think he was trying to make
15-inch?
the best of it.
Yeah.
Did he talk about his deep, deep regret for
Oh, we
all
have
of it?
Let me continue with the story.
Okay.
Go on.
All right.
Go on. I'm intrigued.
I do
I'll
need
allow
to
it.
interject that when Uncut came out, the first of his pornographic retort to his fame, we had a party at a friend's house where we bought the pay-per-view and we watched it. We all chipped in, but it was about $3 each. You know, I don't know what John Wayne got out of the total, but there were a lot of us.
75 cents.
And it was just as horribly awkward and awful as you can imagine. He came out in some biker shorts. Remember those?
What was the plot?
Leather biker shorts.
You know, I think maybe there was a friend's neighbor's cousin who happens to be related to your sister involved, and a plumber.
Would you happen to know the director of that film?
I wish I did, but I'm going to go with.
I can help you.
Oh, please.
It was directed by veteran porn actor Ron Jeremy.
No way.
Was it really? Oh, that is awesome.
That's amazing.
Ron Jeremy.
Wow.
At the
Hats
center
off
of it
to
all.
the hedgehog. What am I saying? Well, I mean,
Oh,
come
that
on.
is fantastic. That is brilliant.
Wow. So, in case you were wondering if he was, a victim of a horribly weird fight one night, which maybe you still could say he was, but
I might, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
still
he
leaning in
was.
that direction.
But over the next few years, he was arrested after they divorced and all that. He was still being arrested for more domestic abuse charges.
Beating up
And
exotic dancers.
Spent some time
and
in
such.
jail himself for domestic abuse.
Not doing well.
I'm sorry, I'm not laughing about domestic abuse. I am laughing about the film Uncut, which I'd like to spend just a few more seconds on, if you don't mind.
Sure.
I found the following history on Uncut. It's about 3 sentences. May I read this for you?
They've got to be. That's shorter than I gave it.
In 1994, Bobbit met porn actor and director Ron Jeremy by chance at the Playboy Mansion.
Sure.
Bobbit was attending a Wet and Wild party when he was approached by Jeremy about doing a small cameo speaking part in a pornographic film. Bobbit was more interested in a starring role.
Ooh.
He told Vanity Fair in 2018 that, quote, "A porno seemed like the best way to show my penis worked."
Wait, Jay.
One more sentence.
One
more sentence. One more
tell me
sentence.
there's another sentence after
There
that.
shouldn't be one anymore. It should all be
One
over.
more sentence. Film critic Owen Gleiberman, writing for Entertainment Weekly, was one of the few mainstream critics to review the film. Gleiberman notes that, even by conventional porn standards, it's a pretty bad movie.
Dear God.
Jay, would you do me a favor?
Yes.
Would you do me a favor though, and
Of
read
course.
the sentence? Read the sentence before that John Wayne Bobbit said.
Oh, yeah. He told Vanity Fair in 2018, "A porno seemed like the best way to show my penis worked."
Right. So when you read that and you said, "Oh wait, there's one more sentence," I thought there was going to be another sentence from John Wayne Bobbit. Apparently not.
No, I'm sorry.
That's all
That's it.
he had to say.
He was right.
What else is there to say? There is
worked.
nothing.
Kyle,
there is more work for my
the
penis.
Film.
My
Kyle, you
penis.
saw the film. Did it demonstrate that his penis worked?
It
Kyle, you watched the film?
It was still a penis.
Yeah, he just told us. He paid $3 for the treat.
There were like
that's awesome,
20
man.
of us there.
So what is
We
Mr.
played
what
dominoes
is Mr. Bobbit up
afterwards and
to?
drank trash can punch.
Oh
What
my
is-
God.
What is Mr. Bobbit up to these days? Have we gotten to that point? Am I jumping too far ahead?
So, where are they now? John
Where
Swayze.
indeed.
So they actually finally appeared together again in 2019. The
Wait,
two of
who
them
appears
on-
together again? John Wayne
John
and
Wayne
his
Bobbit
penis?
and his wife Lorena, who chopped
Oh.
off his wingy ding.
They got together again?
Yeah, on Oprah. 26 years after the whole chop. And
It's so
what
refreshing
happened?
to know that Oprah is really on the cutting edge of what's really important in this country and what are really on people's minds. Let's revisit
It wasn't 26
penis
years,
cutoff.
Kyle. It was 16 years.
Oh,
Whatever.
Oh,
Doesn't
yes.
matter. Could have been 5
It was
years. Doesn't
2009.
matter.
oh yeah. Okay.
May I read this short paragraph I just found? Although Lorena told Oprah Winfrey in April 2009 she had no interest in talking to John, they appeared together on the show The Insider in May 2009, 1 month later. Their first meeting since their divorce. During that meeting, John apologized to her for the way he treated her during their marriage. John claimed that he still loved her and continued to send her Valentine's Day cards and flowers.
Yes, that was exactly
I'm
what I
sorry
was
the way
about
I-
to tell you, Jay.
I'm sorry the way I treated you for letting you cut my penis off the way you did. How dare me?
But
Yeah.
yes, he was apologetic.
Lorena, I'm sorry for the way I treated you during our marriage. Is there anything you'd like to say to me now? Anything at all?
Lorena, I'm
something you'd
really,
like to
really
tell
sorry
me?
for the way I treated you in my marriage.
Look, he could have been sending.
what- is there
pipe
anything
bombs,
else you'd
but
like
he
to cut
sent
off?
Valentine's cards. She cut off his ding ding, and he was still courting her. Is what I
Yeah.
gleaned from that.
Well, I mean,
as I
that's
read
no
that.
Gleaned
surprise.
from that,
That's no
maybe there's
surprise
something
because
wrong in the cabeza.
except if you cut off my
Loco
ding
en la
ding,
cabeza.
if you cut off my ding ding, I'm gonna want to know. I want to be real nice. Where did you put it? Where is it?
Is
How
that
do I
like
find
Stockholm
it?
syndrome?
Well, I was going to ask you that earlier about the Stockholm syndrome, about where kind of the victim becomes the biggest fan of the asshole.
Yeah, I don't think that happened here. God, thank you for cutting off my ding ding. That's awesome. You're the best.
But
Listen,
I think he loved her.
Why didn't you do this before?
Anyway.
We could have done this years ago.
Oh my God.
Okay, so John Wayne Bobbit is still continuing on with trying, making the best of it, but not porn anymore. And
how do you make the best of it now?
Well, he just
And
had
without
a big,
porn.
Without porn.
I mean, fair enough.
How do you even try making the best of it without porn?
What?
What's the point?
I mean, I
don't
thought
understand.
porn was making the best of it.
That was the best of it.
And so people, he just had a interview in People magazine this year or last year, I guess. So it's still about, that, which, what else he got? You gotta, I'm the guy who got his dick cut off. So I'm going to.
But see, isn't that the epitome of the 15 minutes of fame trying to milk it out? No pun intended. Trying to milk it out as long as you can. Like
that's one of those
how
John
else-
Swayze
how else can I spin
masturbation
this?
jokes.
How else can I
when
spin
you say
this?
no pun intended after a clear pun,
Yeah. Wow.
you intended it.
Yeah. You might as well have your
I
dick
did.
cut
You're
off.
right, Jay. Guilty as charged.
Okay.
But my point
Thank you,
is
John.
that there's so you've literally got the people like Jessica who have had this thrust upon them. And they were like, well, I just, this isn't really what I wanted. I don't want to be known as, I just want a simple life. I really want this to be beyond me. And then you have the people like Virginia Dare who are like dead, so they don't know. And then you've got the people who are like the Bobbits who are like, I didn't want this kind of fame. But now that it's been thrust upon me, I am going to take this for every inch I can.
So I guess you're wondering.
That's the-
so I guess
See, it's okay when somebody else sends it.
So John. So I guess you're wondering what Lorena Gallo Bobbit is doing now.
I totally am. I want to know
Isn't
where
Gallo
she
her
is.
maiden name? Did she revert to her maiden name
Yeah.
after the incident?
Yeah. Gallo.
Where is she and who's she cutting?
She started a foundation for educating and housing victims of domestic abuse.
What's the name of that foundation?
Cut your dick
Probably
off.
the Lorena Gallo Foundation.
It's called Lorena's Red Wagon Organization.
Oh.
I wonder where that comes from. Is the Red Wagon the same thing
Where's
as
the
an
red
ambulance?
wagon come from?
So
Is it an ambulance?
Jay, I have John.
Like the
Jay.
kind that comes rushing to your house after you call 911 to report that you've cut off your husband's penis?
Or it's the little
it
red
that sort of
wagon
red
that
wagon?
it's the little red wagon the little boy is pulling down the road as somebody throws a penis into
Oh, the
it.
Red Flyer?
The red flyer. Yeah.
Good try.
The little boy collecting pine cones along the side of the road. And he
I'm
finds
just
a
a little
very
boy.
curious looking pine.
Having a good day. La 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 la. Penis flies into my little red wagon.
Native American boy.
And they just look at it like,
Oh my God.
huh, I've never seen that before. Yeah.
So here is
I mean-
a beautiful ending. Can I put a cap on this for tonight?
I doubt it.
Please do.
Is it like a well cap, like the cap you put on the top of a deep well that prevents toddlers from falling down it?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, then,
Do
yes.
it.
Then, yes. I'm a big fan of well caps.
So coming from where we left off and where we began, I have there's this weirdly absurd metaphor that in the end, old John Wayne Bobbit got something called toxic peripheral polyneuropathy. Polyneuropathy.
You were right the second time.
Polyneuropathy?
Boy, that is
toxic
weird.
peripheral polyneuropathy. And you know what they had to do?
I wonder if they had to amputate a toe.
They had to amputate his toes.
The piggy that went to market or the piggy that stayed home?
Whew, that's the piggy that went wee, wee, wee.
He later
All
went
the
on
way
to marry.
the ditch 2 blocks away.
All the way to the bottom of the barrel, if you ask me.
He later went on to
I'd say we're
marry
close.
Jessica and had an affair with Timmy. And it was all good.
And in the end, the love you make could result in your penis being chopped off and thrown into a ditch.
Extra mustard.
Wow.
Why didn't the Beatles do
Listen.
that? That would have made that album so
Yeah.
much better.
This is where we need the bottom of the barrel time machine, which we've referenced a number of times.
I know.
How many problems could we solve with that time machine? It's got to be around the corner. We got to get that time machine, fellas.
We got to get
For
on.
now, why don't we take a pause? Like, we've done some good work. Let's pause here and recollect soon.
Yeah.
To continue
Way
this
to go.
important
Oh, baby
discussion.
Jessica, come on.
Come on, baby Jessica. Bring us back.
You got this.
Bring us back. Bring us back, Grandma. Come on.
Well, we did it. We finally hit bottom. I knew we would. Thanks, everybody. If you'd like to learn more about this finely distilled product, visit bottomofthebarrelpodcast.com, where you can find our previous episodes, merch, and even some Patreon options. If you want to tell us how smart we are or how stupid we are, or if you have a topic you want us to dive into, hit us up on our socials. Bottom of the Barrel Podcast is on Instagram, X, and YouTube. Special thanks go out to our audio production guru, Dave Lasco, our beloved manager and punching bag, Olivia Swayze, and Jonathan Benjamin. Take care.